course, it's a trap. It's a setup. It just so happened that the people that's oppressing us was put in power by the same God who you want to praise, but you believe we cursed. So, it's a programming. It's a system that you got to really be diligent and really think about. And if you're not doing your research, you're going to fall victim to. And it all explains itself when you know history and the agenda behind these Hebrews and what their goal is. So you have a lot of them jumping on the Black Panther bandwagon, trying to get that incorporated into the Hebrew Israelite when it's pro-Africa. So I don't know how they're going to do that. And they switching up their doctrine so much to try to incorporate so much conscious spirituality into the Bible, because now, since they're going against the norm, they can try to make the Bible fit anything they want it to fit. But when you actually read the book, as I said, none of it fits. So nothing that they are giving you is any truth, no validity to it. They can't prove any of it. You are doing the same thing you was doing in the church, going by faith, plain and simple. Faith is not proof. There's no faith, no proof, I should say. There's no proof, no proven history that backs up the Bible, which is why it requires faith, plain and simple. I always say that, and you got to really think about that. And you know it already. There's nothing happening. We ain't cursed. Nobody coming to save us. You need to save yourself and wake up and understand your true history, what took place, who was behind it, and why we are where we are. And it has nothing to do with us being cursed. When you know the history and you see what exactly took place. I'm going to have many videos on YouTube where I'm talking about this and getting into this type of information. So if you're a person that's new to the channel and you just really jumping into this whole Hebrew thing because you're trying to figure out where you fit in this whole scheme, you need to know the truth. You need to understand what's going on. There's a lot of videos on my channel, as well as many other people's channels as well, that's going to give you good insight into all this. Do not, by no means, follow these Hebrews to the kinds of schemes and everything that I've heard that these people do, especially if you're a black female. Do not do it. They will use you. They will destroy you. Don't do it. They'll have no respect for you anyway. So, understanding history is key. Reading the Bible, actually understanding what it talks about is key. Knowing the truth. So, talked about before how you need to understand what was the point of the King James Version. And I broke it down about how King James was a Mason and about how they hid their agenda and their plans in the Bible, which is why seemingly Bible prophecy is being fulfilled. But it's not Bible prophecy being fulfilled. It's the plan, the agenda they put in their doctrine, the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, which is why you find them in every single Masonic lodge. It's their agenda they put in there that they are fulfilling, plain and simple. So you have, as I've shown you guys, you have Masonic Bibles because King James was a Mason. And he had who people call the father of Freemasonry, Francis Bacon, help him with this book, which is why you have Masonic versions. And here's one of them here. There's no reason why that should be there when you understand Freemasonry and what's going on and how it's on the Bible. So what is that about? That's what it's about. So when you understand the King James authorized version of the Bible, and the reason why the Masons have one is because they hid everything in this book. So where is the best place to hide something? In plain sight. And this is what they did. The books are different, plain and simple. And you have so much information in this book that's seemingly deceiving you, but it's not. You just got to understand what it's really talking about and how to break it down and decipher what's true and what's really spinning you somewhere else. Long story short, it's pointing you back to Egypt, and when you understand that, the pieces start to come together. But the King James Version was given to you to have you stuck in conflict with yourself and following a doctrine that was meant to keep you enslaved. And that's basically what it is. The people in Freemasonry are pulling out the real information, the real knowledge from the book and following the agenda that is laid out for them. And it's not just the Masons. A lot of people, when they figure this stuff out, they like to jump over to the Shriners or jump over to the Moors. This stuff encompasses everything. They are all the same, one and the same, a part of the same agenda to deceive you. And you need to just go back home. Be black, go home, go to Africa, understand what the Egyptians was talking about, what was going on in Kemet, what was their plan, and it deals with truth. These are the only people in entire civilization in the history of the world who base their entire society off truth. Ma'at, plain and simple. Everything they did dealt with truth, plain and simple. And the world has been destroyed because of falsities. Disinformation, everything has been turned upside down, and we are operating under so much false information and bullshit that, the energy is just thrown out of whack as far as where we are at spiritually. And until you get the truth, as the Bible say, the truth shall make you free, it's deeper than you understand. But until you get that truth, understand what took place and write that within you, and understand what's going on, you're going to be lost and continue to be lost, which is why so many people are out there actively seeking to find somewhere to fit in, somewhere to belong, and a religion to be a part of, when all you got to do is look into yourself, look at your history, and understand who you are, what took place, and what you can do to be where you need to be. So this is not about proving somebody wrong or being smarter than anybody. It's about the truth. It's about us understanding our true history and our true purpose and what we should be doing in this existence, and how to deal with this materialistic world and deal with the system that has been set up for us to fail, and how to deal with, just day to day. I'm not trying to sell people, on all this hocus pocus stuff. I'm trying to get you to really understand how this stuff works and how it seems that so many people are having crazy success, and we just screwed. What are they doing? What are they using? How are they getting ahead? And how can you tap into that? How do you get in tune with all that? We need to understand, what's taking place on this planet and what energy is really about, and what you are about, and what your consciousness is about, and where their programming is trying to lead you. And it's trying to lead you exactly where we have seen our people gone, for decades now. It's no coincidence that it's the same fate that befalls black people year after year after year. You're going to die of heart disease, some kind of sickness or illness because of food you ate, or because of, the direction you took, the path you took. We're going to die of gun violence or gang violence or, drug abuse or what have you. Or we're going to die old with nothing, no money, penniless, in a home somewhere. It's the same outcome. And a lot of us are not going to have any wealth to pass down, no generational wealth to give to family, and the cycle will repeat itself, because each time we fall victim to this end, we leave our loved ones, to repeat the cycle without any knowledge to help them break it and to really excel in life. So in essence, if you're not getting this information, you're not passing down this information. If you're not getting truth, you're not passing down the truth. You are leaving your children, to fall victim to the programming. So, it's a lot. And if you're new to the channel, it's just so much information, and it's tough to begin. You got a lot of young people who are waking up, and a lot of people who are really older coming out of religion and stuck and don't know where to go. It's not as complicated as it may seem. It's simple when you really understand that the only thing that can hinder your life and alter your life really is you. What is happening and what's taking place is what you are allowing to take place. So this system and everything that has been pressed upon us, we are allowing it to happen. It's just that simple. We are allowing this stuff to creep into our mind and change our actions and change the way we work and act and, interact with each other. Plain and simple. So it's us really having to learn how to take control of who we are, to break out of the system and break free of all the bullshit that's, hindering us and have us in this poverty-stricken situation that we are in. So the Hebrew Israelite doctrine is really going to keep you there and get you involved with some people that have no clue that they have been tricked to follow the same doctrine that was given to us in slavery. And that's what it is. And you have to understand, how do you get a bunch of African people to go with slavery? And as the years went on and, you have so many people being born into slavery and becoming familiar with that atmosphere and seeing the way the white man worked, they had questions. So when you tell them that, hey, you are a cursed people, cursed by God, and you're doomed to basically serve the white man. This is your sentence. If you do right, you'll be free in heaven, or maybe someday you'll be free. This is what they told the slaves. The same thing these Hebrews are telling you, that you are cursed by God and you're just supposed to try to deal with it. Try to, get people to wake up and repent. It's bullshit. It's the same thing the slave master told us back during slavery. The same message that they gave these agents who are the Hebrew Israelites. And because they simply will not do the research outside of the Bible, they are stuck with this doctrine. And it is what it is. And they're pulling a lot of people into this bullcrap with them. So I have been one of the strongest people going against the Hebrews. You have a lot of other people on YouTube as well who have really, it's really over, to tell you the truth. It's not no debate. We already killed them and we destroyed the doctrine. When you pay attention, it's just getting people to watch the entire video and let it sink in and do the research. That's the dilemma that we face. But for those of you who will actually do the research and look for yourself, watch the videos and really pay attention and really just use your own common sense, this won't be a problem. You'll be able to look at the Hebrews and see exactly what they are and not have to deal with the stuff. So I'm not to discourage anybody from the doctrine, the way that they put it. It's convincing to a lot of people, and a lot of people, because of what's been taking place in the media and all the racism that's been going on, a lot of black people are more prone to follow this doctrine. And, they really want to believe in it because they really want to justify what has been taking place with black people on this planet and to understand, why we are where we are at. But do you really want to walk around believing that you are cursed by God? Like, how does that fit? How does that seem fair that you are cursed and the people who have committed the most heinous atrocities on this planet is not? They get to have their mansions on earth and in heaven, and you got to wait till you die to get yours. Who does that doctrine fit more, you or them? So just think about that. But still, I don't want anybody to back away from learning what these Hebrews are talking about, because the knowledge is good to learn, because you need to understand exactly and everything they're talking about. So when you do your own research, it's going to be that much more easier for you to refute, because you know what they're talking about. So don't not listen to what they're saying. Take it in and understand what they're saying, but just understand when you go do the research or when you watch my videos or other people's videos who are refuting them, you're going to be able to do it easier understanding what they talked about. So definitely don't shy away from it. I encourage you to understand and learn about the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, as well as Christianity and Islam and everything like that. Learn them all, because you need to know. And when you start getting into ancient history, understand what the Egyptians talked about and everything, and real history, it's going to be that much more easier for you to decipher and to debunk and disprove all the bull crap you have been taught over the years. So definitely do that. But wanted to put this video out because, as I've been hearing, Hebrews are still popping up. A lot of people just don't want to understand the truth. They don't want to let it sink in for many reasons. But it is really up to us to spread the truth and get this information out there so that no other black folks are falling victim to anti-African doctrines and all this bull crap. And, it's really separating us. And it's one of the reasons why we won't be able to unite, because of these doctrines and these false religions and these egos. So truth is what we should be focusing on, is what we should be following. Ma'at, truth only, period, point blank, truth. And you're going to have people that tell you truth is wrong, and they're crazy. So people you need to stay away from. So the truth is everything. And the reason why we are so messed up, because we have been following nonsense. And that's why we don't have our real history. So go out there, look, and you're going to get, that whole thing of people going to say to you, well, how is their book different from any of the books you're going to read to do the research? Easy. You did the research. Their books that they read, their Bible, you can't back it up. You can't find the proof to support it. Any of the other books you're going to read, you're going to be able to find proof, facts, artifacts. Egypt is still there standing, just came back from there in August. It's still there. The proof is there. We can prove it. There is no debate once you go and find the proof. I've been to Israel, been to Egypt, been everywhere. So when you actually go out and you do the field work as well as reading the books, you can prove your point, as I have done so many times. This is what they cannot and will not be able to do. So understand that. But thanks for taking the time to watch. Thanks to everybody who supported. If you have not bought Meditation 2, it is out, as well as Personal Economics 3. Again, this sale will be going on until Monday. It will go up to $349.99 for all 35 digital DVD downloads. And again, as I talked about, you have as much time as you need to download them. Just request more time if the link expires. And yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch and support. And I'll see you guys next video.